I said, set it off on my left, set it off on my right, lick all of my breath, bitches all in my sight. My bad. All right. Yo, we back at it again. Welcome to the Faux Podcast.
We
You feel me?
apologize for our outburst.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. They apologize. I was not a part of any of that. He started singing, and then I got mad because then y'all two started.
You could have joined in. I ain't going.
See,
Don't act like
see,
you know
look.
those
I could have, but by the time that I realized what was going on, it would have been too late. It would have looked off. I wasn't about to do it.
He said, "Looking to the promised land. You don't want problems, I promise, man."
That was okay. All
Hold on.
right.
Focus.
Yeah.
So, we are the Brothers
We're
of
back.
the Faux Podcast. You feel me? We
Indeed,
back on
indeed,
here
indeed.
again. You know we in here with your boy, Adam. Let them know who you are, sir.
It's your boy Big Jerdo in here like a fat hoe.
How the waves doing?
They doing
Hold on, you said in here like.
Wait. I was like, we ain't gonna skip over this right now. Really?
I ain't say nothing.
I'm
bro.
mad that y'all.
It's
No.
on camera.
It is on camera.
Cuss it out.
Disrespect.
Oh,
Anyway,
We know you
What'd
said.
you say?
We know you said it.
I said, how the waves doing?
oh
who?
they like on
3 feet.
Are they at least on 270,
How
bro?
they got out of
they
kiddie pool?
they on like 270.
Okay.
The side's coming, but
That's
they,
always the
they on
hardest part.
270.
Okay.
They on
So you-
270.
all right, they not on Kenny pool.
New video
so.
coming soon.
Nah. Facebook. We got
All
your boy.
TJ, you feel me? I'm back in here with the bros, and
TJ,
I'm trying to make sure. Chill out.
Literally.
None of that slander. I'm not accepting none of that slander in here.
That's funny.
But yeah, they're part of the Black Man Do Cheat Club. So
My name is Jacoby Watson, and I have not now nor never been in a relationship with anyone. I am a faithful black man. I do
Cap.
not cheat,
Cap.
and none of that is cap. And you know what? I'm gonna slide it to the man Malik because he got some more in the cut jokes ready for us with his Karate Kid headband on.
It's a
his
Japan
hoes.
headband.
Either way, it's the same one he
He's
had
talking
on in
about-
the
it's
movie.
He's talking about karate, Japan.
I'm just saying, bro.
I mean, I appreciate.
'cause
I thanks for the
Just
correction.
another pretty ass Snoop, but that's another story for another day. That's fire, ain't it?
This guy.
Anywho,
All right.
hey, anywho,
Oh,
but
we.
anywho,
When Malik starts flexing his, all right.
All right, stab that time.
I hate y'all. But anywho, it's
We
your boy
hate you.
DJ ASAP Jubilant in the cut like your keys when you trying to leave the house when you late for work.
That's crazy.
In the cut like your wallet when you on a date with an ugly girl. You was
Oh,
like,
jeez.
dang, I shouldn't have did this. And my personal favorite, in the cut like Goku's fatherhood skills, cause he be like, oh, I got the
yeah.
train. All right, I'ma head out.
Sap.
That's really what it be on.
He really be getting them through.
Hey, so today we took some of our favorite artists' discographies and we're basically gonna discuss them and basically talk about our top 3 favorite projects and all that good stuff. Why are you looking at me like that, Jacob?
Real quick correction for you. Dis.
Can't even say
It's hard.
Did
Shut
I
up.
say discography?
You said
Discography.
discography. It sounds like you said a T.
Discography.
How you
I
gonna correct
apologize.
them, but you couldn't say it?
See,
Discography.
listen.
I was there
Listen.
like
For those of y'all
discography.
who-
Listen,
There you
honestly-
go,
Discography.
Let me say honestly.
Discography. There you go.
Yep. That's how I spell it.
Anywho, you feel me? If you don't know what that is, that's basically an artist's
Body of work.
body of work.
Boom,
their
boom, boom, boom.
portfolio, from the albums to the mixtapes and everything in between.
Okay, so I'll start. So, pretty much the artist that I chose today was Travis Scott. Huge fan. Got fire merch from the clothes, the shoes, the music, everything. So he has a total of 5 projects that I'm aware of, starting with the first 2 mixtapes, which is Al Faro, which came out like 2013, and then you got Days Before Rodeo, which came out 2014. Then moving on to his albums, you have Rodeo, which is his first album, came out 2015. And then you have
Banger.
Birds in the Trap, Sing Brian McKnight, which came out 2016. And then after that, you have his recent album, Astroworld, coming in at 2018. So with that being said, with all 5 of those albums and projects as a whole, which one of y'all is y'all favorite Travis Scott album and why? If you had to pick, or a project, either or.
Ooh, that's tough.
So boom, Days Before Rodeo. Why? Everything on there banged, and it actually put Travis Scott on the map for me. So like that was like the first project I truly listened to Travis Scott, and again, everything banged on there, and plus it was tied to like a certain point in my life where like everything was just new.
Crazy.
It was
Because that was what freshman year.
that was
of
freshman
college.
year of college.
Freshman
Yup.
year coming
Shout
in,
out to
and
NKU
then that
Rocks.
dropped.
Facts.
Yup.
That's how I feel about
Life-changing.
What's the name? That's how I feel about Trap Soul because Trap Soul came out when I was in Rocks.
Trap Soul came.
Trap
out
Soul
a-
was
a
Trap Soul
bit
hit
of a
everybody different,
time.
but we ain't here to talk about
We ain't
Trap
talking
Soul.
about Trap Soul.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
not
say that
talking about
another
Trap Soul.
episode. Not
I'm
right
gonna
now.
have to see like I want to say Days. I want to say Days before, but it's tied with Astro World, and I see Astro World as a reflection of Days in the sense of you look at Days, that's like the first project that he put out, like on a mainstream, like not mainstream, but like on a bigger platform.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Astro World as almost like that same compilation, but this is filled with his experiences over the past 5 some years.
Yeah,
I'm
because
re-
Al Pharaoh came out in 2013.
Yeah, like it's over like the course of the 5 years. It's just like Astro World to me is like that Days, but this is all his experiences put in. This is his production skills learned over that course of time put in, his verses, his features. I don't know, like Astro World is like just like that step above Days Before. But Days Before is literally right under. So that's how I look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Birds in the trap scene with Big Night.
Okay, we got the
But
one.
nah, so for me, Birds in the Trap Scene with McKnight was the first Travis Scott album I actually sat down and absorbed. Like, okay, I heard Rodeo, cool. I heard Days Before Rodeo, cool. I heard Al Pharaoh, cool. But Birds, I literally sat down and was like,
He listened to it.
this, you're crazy.
Yeah, it was some bangers on Birds.
What?
No
He
Bruh.
talking about
Especially
y'all not
'cause
listening.
Went through the late night. The first time I heard Through the Late Night, I said, I know he don't got Kid Cudi on the track. Because that was the first time Kid Cudi had came out in
a while.
years,
In a while,
bruh.
in a while.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, he done did the impossible. But then I heard Carousel. I was like, I know he ain't getting Frank Ocean on the track.
Carousel fire.
Carousel is fire.
Carousel
Carousel heat. Carousel is
I'm
heat.
weak. That's
But
what's
yeah.
up. So I'm.
I'ma choose
Oh, go ahead.
Birds. No, I'm just saying, I'm going to choose Birds. That's my personal favorite.
I feel that. I'm on the same page with Jacob. Like I love Birds. No, not Birds. Days Before Rodeo. I keep getting them mixed up. Days Before Rodeo. That mixtape was fire. But I really do appreciate Astro World because it's really his biggest project to date in his career. But Days Before Rodeo was just so raw and just like the rage. Like you said, it was like first year NKU.
You
Playing that
Yup.
mixtape, top to bottom, and you just got so many great songs from, Drugs You Should Try, Gray, Backyard.
Yup.
Like that's when the
The
Travis and Thug
Mama
combo
C-
was
yeah,
strong.
bro,
Like
I ain't gonna.
Skyfall,
I can't, bro. Mama Sita.
bro.
Sheesh.
Mamacita.
With
And
Rich
what, Rich
Homie
Homie
too?
Quan on
Yeah,
there?
Rich Homie
Rich
Quan was.
Gang.
That was probably the one.
Backseat-
Back
one
when
of the,
it was cool.
Yeah, that was one of the few times I actually like the Rich Homie Quan verse.
Yup.
Basement
Yeah.
freestyle.
Basement
Freestyle.
It was just like a super raw
It was some
mixtape,
heat.
and it was just like, bro, this is great. But Astro World is just like on a whole nother level of like
Yep.
out of everything he's done. I'm like, yo, this is like A1. So with that being said, how would y'all range his album? So I actually saw this in a Complex article, and they took Travis Scott's best, least the worst. So their list was they put Al Farah at 5, being lowest.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Then they put Birds and Trap as number 4. Actually, no. I got it messed up. Honcho Jack is at 5. I forgot about Honcho Jack.
Oh, I did.
My bad.
I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
about Honcho Jack.
They have Honcho Jack
I wasn't going to
as
count that
5.
because it was a mix.
Then they had Al Farrow, and then Birds was 3. They had
See-
Days Before is 2.
Yeah, Astro World number 1.
No. I got to pull it up. I'm tripping. I think Rodeo was 3. I got
So,
my facts on this.
Okay, so this is my thing.
Rodeo,
So here's my
yes.
thing
I
before.
got y'all. Go ahead.
Here's my thing before we start ranking it. Are we ranking it with Honcho Jack included or without it?
It's up to you.
Well,
I
like-
like
Honcho
but
Jack,
I
but
don't really
I consider
put it
that
up there.
I consider that a Travis Quavo collab project.
what
That's
I
what I
mean.
consider it. So I'm gonna just leave. We're gonna leave it off to the side. That's a different thing.
Okay.
But if I had to
Like,
rank,
say y'all's for, and I'm gonna have the Complex article. One
so
pull up, we could discuss
number
that
5, it would be Al Farrow.
too. Mhm.
Number 4, I low key might put. I'm gonna put Rodeo at 4. 3, I would put Birds at 3, Days at 2, Astro World at 1. That's how I'd rank it.
Okay. So we are all in agreement that Al Farrell was number 5.
Yes.
Yes.
For the most part, I like Al Farrell, but it's very early. Travis.
It's very early, yeah. So I put Al Farrell number 5. I'm gonna put Days at number 4. Unpopular opinion.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, that was about right. I was
Hold on.
close. Okay,
I'm gonna
I got
put
it up.
Rodeo at number 3. I'm gonna put Astroworld at number 2, and I'm gonna put Birds at number 1.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My list is pretty similar to Jacob's. So off rip number 5, Al Farrell. Number 4, Rodeo. Number 3, Birds. Number 2, Astroworld. And number 1, Days.
Okay,
That's crazy.
it's respectable.
So
The only reason I put like Days Before over Astroworld is because I feel like Astroworld had like it was Travis, but he had a lot of features with it,
He did,
and I wanted to hear like more Travis. Like, don't get me wrong, like it was still a great project, and how every song came together was great.
Bro, he got Stevie Wonder on the track. Come on, bro.
yeah,
He did have Stevie
and
Wonder on the
James
track.
Blake, and, yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, I like the rawness of Days Before.
I don't,
I respect.
cause like no, because y'all know he's still looking for that. So, cause
No,
like,
I got it up.
Oh, you got it
Yeah,
now.
I've been. Yeah, I
Oh,
got it up.
I was just.
So I was gonna say. I was gonna say mine before I put theirs up. So I'm going with, of course, Al Farrell's number 5. Yeah, Birds is definitely 4 in my book.
Wow, 4?
Yeah, I have Rodeo over Birds. Rodeo's a better album.
I'm not.
I will argue with y'all. As a
See-
niggas,
see-
bro, y'all niggas
So
sleep
no,
on
no,
Rodeo.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
hold y'all.
Rodeo's fire, bro.
Like
My favorite
Rodeo is
Travis Scott
fire.
song
Like
is on Rodeo.
I'm talking like I like Birds is definitely dope. Birds has a lot of bangers, but the issue I have with Birds, it feels incomplete. It
I
doesn't
s-
feel
I
like
see-
a full album.
No,
Like,
Wow.
I
Bruh,
see. I see
I mean, we
what you're.
start from the ends to way back, and then going all the way, and you end with Wonderful. And then some of the songs were like definitely one of those like attempting to be on that mainstream level, like Guidance, First Take, like,
So-
and those are cool tracks. But like, come on now,
Guidance
you really
is big
listening?
cool. I ain't gonna
You know what I'm
lie,
saying?
But Wonderful is
See-
a great way to end the album.
see-
I'm not
I
gonna lie to you.
disagree.
I
I
think
feel like
it's a
Wonderful
good
should have not been the last song.
And I
feel-
agree.
and, like, when you
No,
look-
I agree.
Wonderful,
No,
like
I'ma
Wonderful was
tell you
been out
why.
for a grip for
It
one.
has, but think about
And
it, bruh. You at the end of the album, you've had a wonderful time listening to this
Nah,
album.
I got my plays out of Wonderful, and I just feel like Wonderful was not the best song to wrap up the album as a whole. Like if I'm starting from the ends, and you have a really good strong start, and as I'm going down through the album, once I get past Lose, pretty much it's Guidance, and we looking at Wonderful, and that's about it.
Like outside?
Outside is before that. I like Outside. It's
See,
cool.
go
But like
ahead.
when you really look into Rodeo, like the thing I like about Rodeo, like even though it's like his first album, like as a whole, Rodeo had an overall theme that stood out for Travis. Like it's literally like you got the Days Before Rodeo, then you have the actual Rodeo. Like this is the Fool, which was a totally different album compared to Days Before. Like you coming in with Pornography, then you have like 3,500 for the Code. Then we going into then we going into Oh My This Side, the first
Oh.
Travis Quavo
Both-
collab that they actually both did really
Yeah,
good on.
Both,
You know what I'm
both-
saying?
Both parts of that.
Then
song
we
is
got
hard.
90210. You know what I'm
Didn't
saying?
like that song.
You got what did you say?
I did not like 90210. I'm sorry. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't give me like
What?
no. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this because I know y'all thinking. I know y'all blowing y'all. Listen,
90210 is my favorite Travis Scott
It's-
song of all time.
it's
That's my
a
favorite
it's
Travis
a
Scott song.
it's
It's
a
up there,
good
bro.
song. But for me, listen. No, but for me,
Top 5
but
Travis
for me,
song.
it can get skipped.
Wow.
I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100.
Wow.
I'ma be 100.
Is it just like the first part you don't
That's-
like?
I never like it. It grew on me, but it never just set right
That's
with me.
What?
crazy.
I'm just like,
90210 was literally like one of his best songs that he has created.
hey, let's move on. 'cause we
Like,
gonna get stuck. I
Oh
can see
my
it.
gosh, I'm hurt by that one. I mean, I see that's your opinion, but I was gonna say that's one of the highlights of the album. If you look at Rodeo, 90210 is a highlight for that album.
For sure.
See-
You know what I'm saying? Skippable songs for me was like Wasted. I like Pray for Love because
like
I'm,
Wasted.
you know, that was cool. It was cool. I don't know. I just felt like it was alright. You know, Antidote's dope. You know, that was a big thing. Nightcrawler's bangs. I don't care what nobody said. That song bangs.
Nightcrawler always bangs.
You know what I'm saying? Piston and Grave was cool. I could do
Yeah.
without it. You know what I'm saying? Impossible's dope, but that's underrated to me. It's underrated. It's slept on. And then you got Apple Pie.
I don't like
Like,
apple pie.
you sleep, bro. Apple Pie slaps. Then you got Maria, I'm drunk.
That's
Hold on, wait,
probably
hold on,
you know
hold on,
what I'm
wait.
saying?
I ain't gonna hold you. Hold on, I'm.
And then you,
I ain't gonna hold
if
you.
I can
I
tell.
might be big but goofy. Give me a second.
He might be lying.
Oh, I was thinking.
fried.
I'm
He
not even.
fried.
No, I'm not. I was thinking of Flying High. That's the one I didn't like.
Oh,
That's what. Okay, yeah,
You
no, I'm
almost gave
tripping.
me-
I'm
was
tripping.
like,
Okay,
bruh.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was on me. My bad.
I was about to be like,
I just got off work.
I was
Excuse
like,
me.
I know he ain't just saying.
Excuse
shit
me.
like
Excuse
that.
me. I didn't
I'm
like.
like,
I didn't.
Oh.
Okay, that's on me. My bad. I'll take the L on that one.
Oh my gosh. But no, Flying High. I gotta.
Yeah,
It's,
that
it's,
was
it's
like-
a skill.
I don't.
It's a skill.
To me, the reason that I'd put Birds over Rodeo is because when I heard after I heard Rodeo for the first time, I was impressed, but I wasn't impressed because you gotta think like how you were saying, like people were like from days before Rodeo into the Rodeo hype.
Yeah, it was a huge like
I liked
shift.
I
yeah.
liked it, but it didn't go as crazy as what I thought it would have.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know?
I can
And that's why
agree with
I put Birds over that, because I feel like if he had said maybe like in most 3 songs from Birds and put that on Rodeo, we'd be cool. We'd be
Right.
cool. We'd be cool.
I would
But
also say Birds came out at a great time because it was already so much heat coming out in 2016.
It was
Anyways.
the album
Summer-
of bangers.
Summer
That's
16
why I
was-
say I won't lie. Like
Summer
I'm not
16
saying
was
Birds was trash. I'm not saying it was
Oh,
not
yeah,
a good.
no,
I
for
like Birds a lot. I'm just saying like as a whole in the album, compared like if you look at his body work as a whole,
I see what you're
I just
saying.
feel like it's one of his weaker ones compared to like
I s-
because like Rodeo, like I said, I just like the whole structure and like Rodeo was an album that it took me a while for me to really like appreciate it. Like as the time when I was like, yo, like this album's actually like pretty dope, and then
Right.
like it ends off with Apple Pie, has like T.I. telling the story throughout the album.
Yeah.
And if you really got the bonus track, you got like Alright and Okay Alright with
Mhm.
SZA and Schoolboy Q.
that was fire.
And, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think I see the video.
it was some it's some songs on there. But moving on. So I have Birds at 4, I have Rodeo at 3, and then I have
days before that too.
see that's what I'm like struggling.
Low
I
key,
low
I low key, no, I low key,
uh,
because I feel like
I
he
see
gonna
what
do
you
this.
about
I
to
think you
say.
doing. I think you want to do
I
the
just
same
want
thing
you
I
to-
do. It's like
I just want you to think of
honestly,
production.
I got it. These two could switch at any moment.
thank you.
It can
That's
switch. Birds.
that's
can,
how I
I
feel.
mean,
Yup.
Days Before could either be number 1 for me for a while or Asteroid. Right
It
now,
goes-
Asteroid is my 1.
I would
But
say 'cause of
if I go back and start bumping Days Before again, it will switch.
and that's
Like I can go back and forth.
and that's why I put Days Before at number 1, because I've been listening to Days lately. And the
See, I've
the
been
nos-
bumping Asteroid a lot. Still,
I didn't-
so I still enjoying Asteroid a whole
I didn't
lot.
think.
Like I play that album from Stargazing to
Really,
Coffee
really?
Bean.
Yeah,
Like,
I love
really do. Play
Asteroid.
that album all the
Asteroid,
time.
you play all 3. See,
Wow.
I wasn't
I
feeling
agree.
that.
It's the beat.
wait, what song?
Coffee
Coffee
bean.
Beans.
That's just it's just a
a
smooth
good
little.
outro.
It's a smooth little outro.
It's
To,
He
It's
can't
real
turn up
jazzy.
on every song.
it's real
like,
jazzy,
that's
bro. What do you
fine.
mean?
It's
I
too
I like jazz.
Oh, my
So,
like jazz.
cause and this is
I'm
cause
messing with
so
I
this
like
is
it because it's different from his usual style. Like
Mm.
it's a very different song for Travis. Travis don't really get on the song and be like, "Let me actually talk about my life." From that kind of beat and like,
Yeah.
you know
I
what
just
I'm
wish
saying?
he would have chose a better way to do it. You talk about back to the coffee live, back. I'm
Oh,
like, I
Y'all
don't
not,
care.
nah,
about
y'all not
coffee.
listening, bro.
No,
Y'all
I
gotta hear
know,
what he's
but
saying,
It's
bro.
a good ending to the album. I will
I
say
get
This
that.
is bro.
But it's like I wouldn't go out of the songs I pick a Travis Scott and just pick that song.
All I hear is
I'm not saying that's the first song I'm gonna play. If I'm listening to the album and it comes
I'll
on,
let it play.
I'll let it play. That's not the first song I'm
He said,
going
I'm
to.
skipping.
I'll be skipping it sometimes. I ain't gonna hold
hate
you.
you.
Well, that's my time. So the complex, our complex had their list as 6 being Huncho Jack, if we want to include that. 5 Al Faro.
Okay.
They have Birds at number 4,
Ooh.
and they have Rodeo at 3.
Okay.
They got days at number 2, don't they?
No, they have Asteroid at number 2, and they have Days at number 1.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
have
like
Days
that.
at number 1.
And plus, the thing with Days, because Days came out, what, 2014?
Mm-hmm.
That was right after, because you got to remember, he was on the 2013 Double XL.
Yep.
And he was
In
on
2013,
the,
and in my
BET
opinion,
Cypher.
2013 Double XL was probably the hardest freshman class that they've had.
That's my most
next
favorite class.
next to 2011. Next to 2011.
I was about
next
to
to
be like,
2011.
come on now.
Next to 2011. Because you got to think, 2013 had a lot of my favorite artists: Travis, Joey, Schoolboy
Schoolboy.
Q, Action Bronson,
Yep.
That's true.
Logic,
Logic.
Dizzy Wright when he was still a thing,
Trinidad.
Ooh.
Trinidad James.
James.
Who was the female? God, I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name, but It had a lot of artists that I mess with.
Yeah, it's dope. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's a good wrap up on the Travis side. So, let us know what y'all think is y'all top 5 or top favorite Travis albums, and you know what I'm saying, comment that. We'd love to start this discussion of how that going, because this has already been a wild discussion. We only got to the first artist, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Adam's artist that he chose to be his for this discussion.
All right. The artist I have for you today is that man, Tyler, the Creator. Now, Tyler, he kind of rubbed me the wrong way in a little bit when he first came out, because first thing I heard from him was Yonkers,
That's
like most
cap.
people.
You definitely messed with Tyler.
No.
back when he was out.
Let me get
I'm
to
out-
when I
okay.
started.
I was like, cause tell
I'm
me,
like-
when I first
He was
heard
the one
it,
trying to get me to hold on.
cause what he said something like about Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck Jesus." We was like,
I was like, whoa, what is that? But then I started listening to his music, and I actually like seen a little bit of his personality online. And it made me actually like mess with him in the group, and then that's when I was born a Tyler fan. But his 5 projects start with Bastard,
oh, I forgot about that.
Mixtape, Goblin, Wolf, Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy, and Igor, and that's 6. That's
Yes,
not
it
5.
is, but it's okay.
But
That's if you include Ambassador. So yeah.
what I like about Tyler and his discography is the fact that he actually like transferred his music. He changed his sound literally on every single project that he has. It's something different. So when you listen to Tyler, you don't know what you would get. So with that being said, what do y'all think is his best project? Now, I know you've been tossing up with the last 2, but for me personally, I would probably have to say Wolf.
What?
I'll
That's
explain.
the second one, right?
That's his.
That's like Beamer and the party now. Oh,
And
yeah,
and I'll
Domino
explain why
23.
later.
I remember
But I'll
that
let
one.
you all go first. I know you all don't listen
So-
to Tyler as much.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm new to
I
the
didn't.
Tyler Woods,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
didn't.
gonna lie.
Welcome.
So the first, because Yonkers was the first song I heard,
Same.
Same.
and I didn't like Tyler at first because he came out the gate reckless. He just came out
He just
wilding.
came out
But
wilding.
the first project that I really gave a listen to was Cherry Bomb, and I really liked Cherry Bomb. Like I actually really I enjoyed Cherry Bomb because like I always knew Tyler was like always on some wild shit. He was always doing some recklessness, and I was like, at first I was like, all right, you doing a little too much. I'm gonna just pump the brakes on it. But then like Cherry Bomb came out, I had it on my phone. I was like, well, let's see what it's on, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, ooh. So I went back
hold
because
on.
I went back. I still haven't listened to Bastard,
Disrespectful.
but I did listen to Wolf. Because Wolf actually has my favorite song, which is Rusty.
I love Rusty.
Rusty is
Rusty's hard.
literally like that was like man, like that just like that's what put me Rusty, Yonkers, and in the Cherry Bomb. That's really like what put me on to Tyler. But if I had to rate my top projects, I would.
We ain't get there yet.
Oh, we ain't get there yet. You're right. I'm
what's
jumping the
your-
gun.
We just
favorite?
ask
What's
your
your
favorite. We ain't-
My
we ain't
favorite?
got- yeah.
I'd probably say Flower Boy.
Flower Boy.
Mhm.
Okay.
My man just blessed
He
all
was.
the cherry bomb and it was like, and switch up.
Like
I ain't mad at it.
I
Nah.
like Cherry Bomb, but it wasn't Flower Boy.
Facts.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fireboy was real magical sounding.
I like Fireboy a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm late on the Tyler train. Like I used to be so cool on dude. Adam will tell you I was cool on like Jacob said, like he just came in the gate reckless and I was just kind of like, like I just never really gave Tyler a chance because like back at that time Tyler was just like too wrecked for me. Like he was just kind of like that. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I want because I feel like it. And some people mess with that. And I was like, that's y'all. Like y'all got it. Me personally, I just couldn't rock with it all the way. But
Yep.
it would be like a couple songs here and there that I was like I like She. I like you know, the Beamer and all of that song on what's it called off
No,
of
plug my
what you
that's what I was trying to refer
Goofy.
to.
How you do that?
I don't know. But anywho,
But yeah, so I also mess with like a couple songs off of there, and then I didn't listen to Cherry Bomb. Like I kind of skipped past that album, but I just didn't give it a chance. But I should go back now that I actually like found some appreciation for Tyler, so I could probably like listen to it with a different mindset.
Right.
But for me, I'm mainly gonna go off of his last 2 albums because those are the ones that I started to really like. Because I like mature Tyler. I like Tyler in his mature state. Like, his rec phase is cool and all. Like, I remember the off feature with Gang Kill 'Em All Days. I wasn't a part of that, but I remember seeing the influence and all of that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I was so used to that, but seeing this Tyler now, like, I can definitely see his growth, and he's definitely, like, matured in his music. And if I had to honestly choose between the two, see, this is a hard one because I've really been messing with Igor lately, like, a lot. But Flower Boy is nice, too. You feel me?
It is.
So,
This is it's fire.
See, I might have to pull the card again with the
The interchangeable shit.
yeah. But right now Igor's been like my number one for me right now. But Flower Boy is nice though. I'll probably say Flower Boy if I really had to pick Flower Boy.
Fair enough.
But I really like Igor. I really like Igor.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I still think that's the best album to come out this year so far.
What,
I won't
Igor?
disagree.
Yes.
I will not disagree.
Honestly, I'm not gonna make no arguments, especially because
Like if I'm making my top 10 albums of this year, that's already in
It's
my
number
top.
one right now.
Yeah, it's number one. I haven't heard an album that's beat
That's
it yet.
I'm gonna go
that's
back and
probably not my number one. We gonna come back to that later.
It's
That's
gonna be that
different.
Ross for you. I see it.
Im-
He's talking about us climbing up there.
yeah. No, I can't like. I can't lie. Like low key.
He's talking about that part of
Nah,
Miami
it's not
too.
even. It's not even that. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Before we continue with the Tyler, Young Thug found his way into my top 10 for albums
Oh,
of this year. For
top
this,
10 was
just for
already,
this, just
yeah.
for this year though. Just for
Nah,
this year.
just so
'Cause
much
I
fun
still
was
be
already gonna be on the
'cause
top 10.
I still be trying to sleep on Thug, but we gon' that's a different
That
story.
album bang.
That's a different story for another time.
That was already on the top
Anywho.
10. It was a wrap.
But
I already
anywho.
knew. But yeah, so you go ahead.
So like most of us, the first Tyler song I heard was Yonkers. I messed with it heavy, except for the Fuck Jesus part. 'Cause I
He
was
ate
like,
the roach.
okay.
Bro,
That's what made it live though. I was
nah,
like, he's got balls.
that was mad weird, bro. I'm sorry.
It was
Nah,
dumb
it was
weird,
too
but I was
weird.
also a weird ass 14-year-old.
I mean,
So
that's
there's
respect to you, but when
But
I
not
saw it,
only-
Y'all niggas
I couldn't rock with it.
What I appreciated about Tyler was, of course, he had the balls to say what he wanted to say, but
True, yeah.
also, especially Yonkers, everything was like an oxymoron. So
Mm-hmm.
like everything he said was the
It was
opposite
opposite.
of each other, but it was so hard. I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not a threesomes with a fucking triceratops. How you gonna be a triceratops with no horns?
rapper,
Is that-
rocket depth,
Bro,
rock stars,
oh my
wear
God, he
synthetic
was spit.
wigs made of
L-Wars, dreadlocks,
bedrock,
harder than the motherfucking
Okay.
Flintstone.
All right.
All right,
Let's calm down.
Calm down now, folks.
So as the years went on, I ain't gonna hold you up. I fell off of Tyler like during Cherry Bomb, so I kind of missed out on that wave per se. But I did mess with Damo 23 or just Wolf in general. I messed with that album.
That's the one that got Trash Wang on it, right?
yeah.
That song was live. I ain't gonna lie.
Trash
It was
funny.
ignorant, but it was like, yeah.
So I missed out on Cherry Bomb, so I still need to go back and actually give it a listen. I picked back up on Fireboy because I was like, maybe I give him another chance, and I was like, this was a good decision. And then Igor has pretty much blessed my ears this year.
I think I'm falling
in
in
love. This time I think
that's
it's
my
for
song.
real.
Go watch our Igor review.
Oh God.
For sure.
She wanna
So
be
if
good.
I had to choose my favorite Tyler project, I might say Goblin just because that was the one that sat with me the most since that was the first album, and I was like, you could tell music was starting to change 2011.
Yeah.
Like people
You
was
can.
coming out with a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
And it was
Mhm.
like, okay. So I might say that, but if I don't say that, then I'm gonna definitely say Igor because Igor sonically, it sounds great and it's put together very well. Like very well. Like everything is like. Plus, my favorite Tyler song is on that album, which is New Magic Wine. Cause that
That's
is
how it
Any
was.
magic ones.
That's how I
Fire.
photo you love.
I was like, he going
See now I want to now I want to go back and listen to old Tyler because that was another thing of like why I didn't like listen to Tyler back then too. I didn't have the means to listen to music the way I do today.
Facts.
Yeah,
that
I do
too.
not have
That too.
I do not have the access to listen to music today that I did back then.
I don't have the mindset. Like,
Yeah.
I have it now, like compared to back then.
Fair enough.
Because back then I wasn't really like geeking to look for new projects. I was just like whatever.
I don't
If
want
I
it
if
on
I
the
if I
radio.
if I find it and I listen to it, if I mess with it, I mess with it. Simple as that. That's just how it was back in the day.
What got me into actual whole albums? I think like around Sideline Stories, like that's when I actually started giving album a chance. Like I remember like listening to the Tyga album for the first time. like
Oh,
That
damn.
are you talking about
without with the
Careless World?
yeah
That
yeah.
album hard.
That album is
Now
hard.
That
I don't
first
mess
one
with
wasn't
Tyga,
bad.
but yo, that album.
Like
Tyga-
for that time, that
Tyga
album
be
was
having
low-key live.
Tyga be
he
having
had that
bangers.
gone on there.
That's yup.
He
Big
had
Sean.
Gone.
He had a couple songs on there. I was
He
low-key
had
listening
Still
to.
Got It, Mother F Her Up. I messed with that song too. And of course, his all-time favorite banger, Rack
I
City.
can't even.
Rack City.
That song was lame too.
Mother on the beat.
That was hard.
But okay, back to Tyler.
So like I said earlier, Wolf is my favorite album, but I'm gonna rank the albums for me before I explain why I like Wolf so much. But, number 6, Cherry Bomb. I respect that you like Cherry Bomb, Jacob, but that shit garbage.
It is what
You
it
said
is.
that
Like,
ain't it, Chief.
And the only reason cause it was coming off of Wolf. Now, we waited 2 years for that project, and Cherry Bomb came and threw you into the album like it was very rock inspired.
yeah.
And not that I dislike rock, but I was not wanting that
So
from
I
you,
want
Tyler.
no parts.
I respect it.
That was at the very bottom. Next, I would have to say Bastard. Not that I dislike Bastard, but Bastard isn't beating any of the other three.
It's very early, Tyler. Very early.
Number 3, or is this 4? Number 4. Number 4 would be Goblin. It introduced me to Frank Ocean with She.
That's also
Yep,
true.
yep. I do mess with that.
And that's when I really started messing with the Odd Future era. So that got me hip to everybody in there. Next,
I'm
Flower
interested
Boy.
to- Okay, I respect that.
Okay.
oh,
He's like, wait a minute.
Okay.
He's like, hold on.
I like the meaning of Flower Boy, but Igor sounded better.
I can see why you said that.
I see why you say that.
I
That
can
makes
see
sense.
So
that.
they would switch for me, but if I'm going just sonically, I would probably have to go with Flower Boy, then Igor number 2, and then number 1 Wolf. Now, Wolf is my number 1 because the story he took you through on this album, while it wasn't random placement of songs. Like, I know the songs that you've heard are most of the turnt ones, but it actually has a flow in the album. And the album is addressing basically how fans be shit talking him, because while he has a huge cult following, a lot of people did not fuck with him.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
no,
remember-
he
at the
had
time,
a lot.
Fuck faggots.
Bro, he
used to
had
be
a
on that-
he
that
had a
type
lot of
wave.
flack back then, bro. People did not mess
He
with
was
him.
talking crazy, but he explained how people that liked him and didn't like him and how it affected what he did and how he makes his music. Didn't mean to play that song, but anyway, yeah, that's why Wolf is probably my favorite album. And that was junior year.
Yeah,
Every
that
day
was
on the
high
bus.
school.
It was
Just
my
listening
junior
to it.
year.
Well, we
It was
started-
our
it?
junior
No?
year. Our high
No,
school.
yeah,
It was
that might have been
2013.
it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was the end of
2013
my sophomore
was.
year.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
That's hard.
Who would I go next?
Yeah,
So-
I can't rank all of them.
Yeah, but
so.
say
Yeah, I was like-
For me,
I-
it's just gonna be Igor and Flower Boy. So I ain't gonna.
Out of the ones that I listen to, I'm gonna just start from top to bottom. Number 1, Flower Boy. Number 2, Igor. Number 3, Wolf, and then number 4, Cherry Bomb. Out of the ones that I've listened to.
Okay,
True.
fair enough. So I'm gonna put Cherry Bomb at the bottom just because I haven't listened to Cherry Bomb yet. After that, I will put Bastard because he was very reckless on that entire mixtape, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really messing with this right now. Then I would put, ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna put Wolf there, even though I do like that album a lot. Then Flower Boy, because like Tim said, it was mature Tyler. And then I'm gonna put Goblin at number 2 because Goblin
Okay.
got bangers on it.
It
Wait, is Radicals on Goblins or
Yes,
is that?
it is.
Yeah, Radicals. That's on hard. Sandwiches,
People who
hard.
shit fucks good. Sandwiches is one of my favorites.
Yeah, what's that? It's it's Radicals that that beat go crazy. And then number 1 has got to be Igor, cause it just
Okay.
it's produced well. The hidden features, the sound, like
Igor is like a beautiful.
Igor is in a sense Tyler's Astroworld because it's just the culmination of all his experiences from
Yeah.
production, from writing verses, from ghostwriting if he has, just from everything that he's experienced. You feel that, you hear that in Igor, and that's why I see why you say that.
yes.
That.
So yeah, that's my little list.
So let's go on to this next person.
All right, so for my artist, I chose Schoolboy Q, and disclaimer, I didn't even because he had his first. These are all his projects,
You bringing up habits and contradictions?
The one before that.
bro. I'm just
What's the one
I'm
before
gonna
that?
just all his albums that he's
Oh,
put out:
Setbacks.
Setbacks,
I forgot about
Habits and Contradictions, Oxymoron, Blank Face, and Crash Talk.
Crash Talk, take one. Hold up.
So, are we? So how, I was like, so
That's
now,
probably my second best album of the year. So far.
if we gon'
It's on the top 10.
if we just gonna say favorite album out of this list for right now,
I'm sure we all know what it is. Let's
I
just
mean,
be
we all
real.
know what it is.
Do we all agree? What
I don't.
album?
Oh,
I-
XY Moron.
Yeah. What
What
are you gonna? Well, there it is.
What
What
is it? Blank face?
Nah, what?
What? Crash Talk?
Yeah,
You put Crash
Okay.
Talk over Oxymoron?
I'm not gonna put it over there, but it's interchangeable. Just
I
like how you
can,
had
I can
Astro World.
respect that.
I can respect that.
He came
I
out
can
with Blank
respect
Face,
that.
and we was like, "What is this?"
I-
But then he came back with Crash Talk, and it's like,
Okay,
"Thank you." This is
So-
what I was looking for.
I was like, y'all wanna? I said my. we gonna
I'm
gonna
going
discuss.
Oxymoron for my most favorite.
Yeah, I
I
was
like
like-
Crash Talk a lot, and Habits of Contradictions was live too. But
Yeah,
I'm
but it's,
going with Oxy, bro.
I'm
Like
gonna put Oxymoron because the first little piece of the album I heard was "Fuck Rap."
mm,
My daddy a gangster. I was like,
that
"Oh,
album
this
was
shit
just
bang."
cold.
That
Like,
album
that was
was
senior
banging.
year for us.
bro. We
And then,
gonna
like-
get into that. We gonna get into that. We ain't gonna say
Yeah,
that right
it's
now.
too many
We ain't gonna say that right now.
connections.
I'm about to break the bank.
So, is there anything that anyone else has to say before we start jumping into before we jump right in this?
I mean,
All right,
we
so
can just
boom.
Talk about how great Oxymoron is.
Yeah, so Oxymoron, there's a lot of things that made that album jump out for me. Schoolboy Q, Oxymoron, that was my first concert of my life.
Same.
Of my
Really?
life. Of my life.
Same.
That was my first concert I've
Same.
ever been to. And he
And
was
that
there.
concert
He was
was
there for it.
live.
Because not only was that concert live, bro, we ended up meeting Isaiah Rashad after the show. And we
I think I
bruh,
remember
Because
hearing
this is when he just got signed
And
to
this-
TV,
yup.
so like he still was new.
all right,
was
so
like, who
boom.
this?
Because funny story with it. So boom. We, concert over, and we over here talking about, oh, that was hype, oh, da 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 da. And we walking, because we was in Bogart, it was in Bogart. So
Ah.
like,
My
how
mom's
like,
had pulled up. I'm
yeah.
trying, you know what I'm saying? Because we rode with my mom, so I'm like,
Yup.
we gotta go. And then they're like, yo, you just walked past Isaiah Rashad. I'm like,
what?
what you mean? I walked past, I walked back over to do something. What up? I'm like,
Oh
oh.
snap! I'm like,
But
oh
I'm,
snap.
I'm sorry because go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
Nah,
off.
because he about to say the same thing I did.
I couldn't appreciate it all the way because I ain't listened to his stuff.
We was sleep on
We was
Sylvia
sleep-
demo.
So after that
God.
day, we went back and listened to Sylvia Ditto, and we was salty because it was great.
straight, it was straight heat, bro.
I
It
was
was
like,
straight
bro,
heat.
because I noticed it when we was at the show and he was performing like Modest and some of his songs, and people was going crazy.
They
and I'm
were.
like, bro, what song is this?
I don't
All I
know.
knew was "Shot You Down." That's the only one I knew, and I just knew that because of BET.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Back in the 106 and Park days.
Yep.
Like, I
Bring
the
back
only-
106 in Park.
It's always you.
All of me. Text
Wait.
him and tell him I call him back. Here.
I'm
Continue.
But no,
Wait,
so
yeah.
yeah, so the concert definitely is the reason why I mess with Oxymoron, and it was just like it's another album that was just super raw. Like it just came out of nowhere. Like it didn't come out of nowhere, but like came in hard. You had like Gangsta, Break the Bank,
Yup.
Fuck LA. You know what I'm saying?
What-
You got Man of the Year. Studio was a bop.
yeah. Honest,
Um,
because my favorite song off
Collard
that
Greens
project,
was
yep,
banging.
Collard Greens is what put that album out. Is what got that album out.
Yeah,
It was
Collard
that.
Greens was definitely
If I had to
fire.
give my favorite song from that album, it
It's
would.
probably FLA for me.
It probably would be The Purge.
That sounds loud too.
The Purge with Tyler, that was or Gangsta, just because the way it
Gangsta's my
came in, that
favorite.
was a hard intro. That was a skep intro.
Nah. If it ain't Gangsta, I gotta go with the bonus track. That Yay. That Yay.
Yay was
Yeah, it was cool. I
Yay
forgot
was
about
fire.
Yay.
Yay was fire, but after hearing it so much,
It got
it
skipped.
got it got tiring, bro.
It definitely
Because
got
that song
skipped,
only
low-key.
held its weight for so long.
What else you got on? I'm
Um,
not gonna lie. I like what's it called Groove Line Part 2 or the Groove.
Groove Line Part 2.
I love Keith.
That's an
low-key
underappreciated
slap
song.
one.
That is an
Because he's speaking
underappreciated
from a
song.
perspective if he was like a pimp and he's just like talking to
I liked
Prescription Oxymoron.
Oh, I forgot.
bro. That's
That's
the,
my
That's
favorite
probably
song
one.
on there.
That's a good one.
probably. I'd probably say I prefer.
Habit, self, and contradictions over setbacks. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Because you got Hands on the Wheel, Drug You with Hoes again.
Damn,
It's-
Hands on the Wheel is on it.
Yeah.
Was Blessings on that one too?
Hold on. Let me see.
No.
No. What Blessings is on? Or was that just? a
Oh,
random
you
song
talking about
like
habits
that?
and contradictions? Never mind.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
see.
talking about the
It might have been.
Habits.
Was it on set? Let me check.
Was it on setbacks?
I'm checking. I don't see it. No.
Wow.
It's not on here either.
Oh, I
I
guess
don't
it was
see
just a random track.
It could have been just a random single.
That's a good song.
Why
But
is
any-
Druggies with Hoes on both albums?
Who knows?
Why not?
Because he put it on both albums.
Indeed. Now, I will say, I know. People, they thrash Blank Face with good reason, because even as a Schoolboy Q fan, Blank Face was not
was
what
not
I
good.
wanted.
It
It
was
was not what I wanted. There were parts of it that was like, okay, I'll take this, but as an overall whole, I was just like,
I was.
it just felt
low-key.
incomplete. Like I didn't feel like I didn't get that same energy that I got from Oxymoron or Habits of Contradiction. I didn't get that same energy. I felt like this was just kind of like, this is the project that I gotta put out because I need it out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm sure he had a thing behind, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's more of his like deeper.
Yeah, like because I was like
into albums.
the notable singles from this album that I mess with.
That part.
That
fire,
part,
though.
of course,
I ain't
that
gonna
of
lie,
course
song's
that part. I like Know You're Wrong. John Moore was all right. Blank Face with Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly enough, Black Thoughts, and then
Tukey Knows.
Tukey Knows Too.
That's
That's the
hard.
best song on the album.
And
Y'all
it's
can
the last
argue.
song.
Y'all can
Hold on,
argue. Y'all
hold
can
on,
fight
wait.
with me. I don't
Hold on.
care. Tukey
I'm
Knows
about to
Too.
go-
That's
I'm
the
about to
best
go-
song ever.
I'm weak. I start going in,
It
But-
just, bruh.
but. Okay, I know the song.
Yeah. Crash
Hold on. Continue. I will just.
Crash Talk. I still don't know how
Yo,
we might die for this shit, nigga.
but yeah.
Okay, anywho. I liked Crash Talk.
I like.
I
John
like
Mayer.
Crash
That's
Talk.
what I meant to say.
I like Crash Talk. The thing that got me with Crash Talk is I'm mad I waited 3 years for it.
You feel like it wasn't worth the wait?
It was at 2 years it would have been worth the wait. At 3 years, I'm like, this is a good project. I see why you took your time, but next time, hurry it up. That's how I feel.
I feel like it could have added like 2-3 more songs, and I feel like it would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of like it's a great album, but it's another one of those where I'm like,
It
I
has,
say it's lacking something, but I feel like it's like it could have been a little more.
yeah.
That's all I'm
It
saying.
was. It was short, but I also kind of respect.
But the album
what
was
he
bang.
did.
It was live though.
Cause he was like, "Let me not put out too much, cause I don't want to put out too much and be like these last songs was unnecessary." Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I feel like with the songs he got were like all pretty good. It's
They
just,
were.
Like there's only 13 songs on
it's
it.
at 14.
14.
It only
and
runs
they're
40
not
minutes.
that
It only
long.
runs 40 minutes.
Yeah, some of the songs aren't even that long. Like I feel like if you would have added like maybe 2 more ones, like he got 14, maybe 16 tracks,
Yeah.
and just 2 more solid tracks. I feel like Crash Talk would have went a little further
Yeah.
than what it did now.
Yeah.
I removed 2 songs from that album.
Which
What songs
is
did you
Drunk
Chopsticks.
and Lies.
I like.
I like Lies.
Telling
People
lies
really
all
hated
day.
on that
Lies-
song.
Telling
What-
lies.
I
People
don't-
really hated
Li-
Lies.
Bro, I'm sorry. When the minute I heard Lies, I liked the song, but the thing that I liked about Lies is that you knew it was about to be played on the radio in the party. It's a club
It's a
banger.
club, and that's what it's
It's
supposed
It's got
to be.
Ty Dolla $ign NYG, bro. You know it's about to thump, bro.
Like I just joked to it.
You ain't got no lip.
I be joking to it, and then a lot of people I talked to didn't really like Drunk as much.
Drunk was
I like Drunk.
I ain't really
That's
Drunk
something you gotta
was-
play by yourself. or
Drunk
with
was
a-
cool.
But
I had to get used to the chorus. That's what
Yeah.
I had to get used to the chorus on it.
It was
Other
so
than that,
off key,
it was.
and that's what made me mad.
Yeah.
True.
So
So
if I had to give my ranking for this, because this is actually pretty tough. Number 5, Blank Face. Let's just get that out the way. Number 4, Setbacks.
mhm.
Okay.
Number 3, Habits and Contradictions.
cool.
Habits and Contradictions. Number 2, Crash Talk, and then number 1, Oxymoron.
yeah.
That's just how it's gonna have to be.
Me and your list pretty much look the same.
I can't really put Setbacks on mine because I didn't listen to it, and I know listen a little bit of Habits, so I'm probably going with. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really mess with Blank Face that much, like
I didn't
honestly. So that's
it
kind
had
of
that
like
part on there with Kanye.
yeah,
That was
like,
That's-
that's kind of like on my bottom end, and then I'm gonna have Habits, and then Crash Talk, and then Oxymoron.
See, and
That's
I,
mine.
yeah. I'm gonna wait till y'all go, because I know what I want to say, but I'm waiting till y'all go.
Okay. Well, like I said, me and your list is basically the same, Jacob. Only reason I mess with Crash Talk so heavy is because there are so many like hard transitions. in
I
that
do love
song.
the transitions.
There's a
in
lot
there.
transitions
of good
were clean.
transitions,
Transitions were
especially
fire.
that would have been the Crash Talk,
That's
bro.
my favorite
oh my
one.
God.
That's my
I had
favorite one.
I remember one day I just had not even the album, just my music on shuffle. You know, my
Mhm.
library like 1,600 songs. So literally one day I was just driving through and it literally went from downloading to Crash Talk randomly, and it was so unexpected, bruh. I was drinking so hard, the people next to me was like,
What you want? You talking about? I'm feeling
I was
that.
like,
Right, that transition is fire.
it's tough, bruh.
Crazy.
Adam, what you got?
As you said, I didn't really listen to Setbacks. My first album I really listened to him was Habits and Contradictions because I didn't know Setbacks existed for a while. But since I didn't listen to it, it's gonna be at the bottom. One after that. Habits and Contradictions. Only because those few songs I like on Blank Face, I like those few songs.
True.
Yeah.
Next, cause when I looked at the track list, it was only 12 songs on there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm debating then. Crash Talk is number 2, and then Oxymoron number 1.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. So
Now, before we get to the last artist, I will just say this. In my personal opinion, I think if he had put Crash Talk out before Blank Face, and I really, the thing that concerned me with Blank Face, I feel like it needed more work.
Mhm.
It just didn't. It was a full album, but it just didn't feel done.
right.
I feel like he could just if he could take it, go back and just like rework it a little bit, it can do something. It might be
some
able to. It
potential.
has some potential,
Mhm.
but it just like I said that 3-year gap from Blank Face into Crash Talk. I'm like, I see why you did it, but you didn't give me much. You didn't leave me with much from Blank Face. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because after Blank Face, I was pretty much just going back to like Oxymoron, Habits and Contradictions, like really bouncing back, and like that can only hold you over for so long while you're waiting for for your artist to put out some new music. So yeah,
See, I just feel like that Crash Talk was like his attempt at a mainstream album.
I
I can see that.
With
I
the
can,
songs he put, because the feature with Lil Baby and
yeah.
That song was.
But I
Yeah.
like, I got that
I got
water.
water.
That
But
is
yeah.
too low.
I got
Num
that
Num
water.
Juice.
Num Num
Yeah,
Juice.
it's a lot of songs that are like mainstream friendly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
So,
There's a reason why he's my number 3, my third favorite member from TDE,
I feel that.
and that's a whole nother
All right.
talk in itself.
Bring back Black Hippie.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Black Hippie.
Yeah,
We're gonna go ahead and stop that. All right, and we'll go ahead and go to our last one.
So it's your boy Malik, aka DJ ASAP Jubilant, and I have that man who was just released from Sweden about a couple weeks ago. ASAP.
Rocky.
Yep, I got your boy ASAP Rocky. Okay, so I'm kind of on mixtapes and I'm on Wikipedia, so if I miss a couple, don't crucify me or whatever.
Mm.
So I got Live Love ASAP, which is
Yeah.
the one with Peso and all that stuff on there.
Mhm.
And then you got, in my opinion, his best studio album, Long Live ASAP, with Ghetto
agree.
Symphony
I agree.
and Autumn on there. And then at long last ASAP, I was like, okay,
I mess with that one.
it's got a couple
I'll-
songs on there.
I'll always.
And then you got Testing.
Yep.
I was like,
Okay.
My favorite ASAP Rocky album is Long Live ASAP.
yes, I would.
That
totally
one
agree.
fire.
That's
I would also have to agree with Long Live
Bro.
ASAP.
that has his most famous song ever, and that's "Effing Problems." That's
It
on-
ain't even just that. Like you come in with like the actual song Long Live ASAP. Then you got
Yeah.
like Level. You got Suddenly. You got Goldie. You got
Ooh.
P.
Wait, I thought that was on. I
mm-mm.
thought that's on Long Live ASAP. That's not on. Oh, that's on. Ooh,
They on this first set.
It's on
I
this
said
first
it
one.
Must be. 'Cause
And
the
then
nigga
you got Goldie's on that one. You got
full of-
him and Schoolboy Q on PW.
Oh,
PMW.
Yup, we got that one. You
You
got
got
One Train.
One Train,
Trent-
bro.
Oh,
Fashion Killer.
Fashion Killer.
Purpose to go.
Ghetto
bang,
Symphony,
bang, boom,
Angels.
boom, ba,
Oh, that Angels. Let me tell y'all. We ain't about. We ain't.
You got Fire.
Go change.
Thanks.
Wood.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Long Live ASAP is most definitely my most favorite.
Yeah,
ASAP.
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me and one of my friends was talking last year when the Testing album came out. He was like, "Bro, I need another Long Live ASAP." I said,
Honestly.
"You gonna be waiting because you not gonna
You're
get
not,
it."
yeah, you're not about to get
We
another.
not
No,
That was like early Raw. Rocky was gonna get.
When he was
honestly.
really barring out.
honestly, yeah,
Alright.
like legit barring out. So
So
we all agree.
Unpopular
Long Live
opinion.
is the
I
best
don't
one.
like Peso.
I agree with you.
Thank you. Oh my
man,
God.
let me
No
tell y'all.
cap.
Let
I
me
did
tell y'all,
not
bro. Let me,
mess
I'm
with
sorry.
Peso
I'm
that
sorry.
much. Like I remember watching it when it first came out on 106 back in the
Yep.
time I watched that, and I was like, "This song
It's
cool."
alright.
It took me a minute to get hip to ASAP Rocky. I'm not gonna lie.
It was
Same.
I couldn't.
Nah, but his
all
bar
the
there, the
way.
alphabet bar, that was hard. I give him that.
that was the
I'll be that
coldest.
pretty mother.
I
I was like, oh, this guy.
Okay.
And I pay so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool. I
was not-
just didn't really. Yeah,
No, I see what y'all saying. Now, I see why y'all say that, and
like One Train, Ghetto Symphony, Angels was got me really.
One
onto
trade
Rocky.
is so hard, bro. Because
Yeah.
everybody got on there and just fast, bro.
Yeah.
That is hip hop right there.
Yes.
That ain't rap. That's hip hop,
Big
bro.
Crit had the best verse.
I'm not going to disagree with that statement, but I also feel like you can make an argument for. A$AP
That's-
Rocky. 'Cause
that's-
his was,
that is-
his was very metaphorical, very
His
New
was
Yorkish.
live, but
But then you
XO's
got
in my
Kendrick
beds around the
Lamar.
same amount.
Yeah.
His verse was live. Kendrick verse was actually like
Kendrick's
on a.
verse was fire.
It was cool.
Danny Brown's verse is very slept on.
It was
It's
fire.
only because of his voice.
Bitch, pussy smell like a penguin.
that was funny.
Stop it! You say, like
I ain't gonna lie, I like Yellow Wolf's part on that song.
I do too.
I did too.
Yeah.
This part was
I did too.
Action Bronson part was my least favorite.
His was
I don't
cool.
listen to
His was
Jewel.
his is very simplistic, a very simplistic rap scheme.
But
so.
he get like Big Crit just slide in. Feels like my last breath. Can't get rap 6 deep. I close
Yeah,
the
nah,
back.
he was
Like, he just
spazzing.
comes in full. And I'm like, okay. Joey's part was dope too. He
It was
had
very
some
New
bars.
York. It was very
Yeah,
New
Yeah,
York.
he had some
His-
bars on that one. He
That
had
verse
some
go
bars.
crazy.
Yeah.
I might listen to one track when I get back.
nah,
out.
for
Oh
sure.
God.
So we all agree Long Live ASAP is our most favorite. Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So in terms of ranking,
The way the albums came out.
really, that's how you. So
I-
you put.
I-
What do you mean by that?
Testing is last.
Testing is last for me.
Yeah.
Live, love, ASAP.
Well, technically,
number
Live
2.
Love is at the bottom because I didn't listen to it. So I kind of won't even put it on my list. I would really put it as Testing, Long Last ASAP, and Long Live ASAP.
I like Praise the
People
Lord, though.
slept on Long Last ASAP. I like that album a lot. I really do.
I was listening
I'ma
to
do
it on the
this.
way here.
I'm gonna do my. I'm
That
gonna do
album's
it
got it's live.
because I'm gonna do this in the order from top to bottom, so that we don't get anything confused. Number 1, Long Live ASAP.
Of course.
Number 2, I would. It's still. I don't want to say it's only at long last ASAP, but it's at long last. It's Allah. Like Allah was good, but for some reason when I first listened to it, I was not disappointed, but I was expecting more from Allah. I was
I feel
expecting
that.
more.
I feel that.
I'm gonna put number 3 as Crash Talk. I'd put number 3 as Crash Talk.
Fan of Schoolboy.
I mean, Testing. Jesus Christ.
I got you.
I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I got you.
Hey y'all, I've
Yeah,
been
Crash
at
Talk,
work.
I-
I've been
you
at
gotta
work.
be
Y'all
saying
can't say
that.
nothing to me.
Testing, because they got the similar like yellow brown. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Testing is definitely my lowest. Like it's something about Testing that just does not make me really appreciate it as much as I appreciate Rocky's first 2 albums. Like Testing was like a cool album. Like I get that it was supposed to be more experimental and more like out there, but I just feel like the album just has no type of like recognition of, like, it just has that feeling that makes you want to come back and listen to it more. And I like a lot of the songs on Testing. Like I like a lot of the songs on Testing. However, I still feel like it was an album. Like for 3 years,
yeah.
it wasn't worth the wait.
Kids Turned Up.
I agree.
Your favorite song.
That's cap. That's my.
Never,
I do
never,
not like that song.
Never.
No,
I like
no.
that song.
That's not.
I don't
If
know why.
I'm going out, the songs I like, I'm starting Distorted Records, Tony Tone, Praise the Lord. We got It's called Drops Can Get Skipped.
Hold on.
You got
you
Buckshots. You got Guns and Butter. You got
I like Praise the Lord.
Sir. Are we? You
and
definitely,
you got the F Sleep. That was cool.
definitely just skipped over ASAP Forever.
How did I skip
That's-
over ASAP? That
I was gonna
song's fire
say like,
too.
sir.
I
I
just
like the
started
video
naming
for
off
that song,
that
too.
video is
With
hard
T.I.?
too.
Come on.
That song's live. And what else? I like Brother Man a lot too. That's a good song.
Young,
I'm
Brother
cool
Man
on OG
is-
Beeper. I'm so cool on that song.
What?
Yup. I'm cool on
OG Beeper
Skip.
hit. Wow.
skip. It gets skipped.
Wow.
Skip.
Stop.
No shaming.
It shows to me like, okay, I could tell he recorded the song on the later end of this album cycle because like JB Black Boy didn't get hot till like later in that year, and like that's when. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, that's a cool. Like JB don't even got a verse. He's just in the background.
He don't.
I was like, you gotta give him a verse.
Despite
just doing
popular
ad-libs.
opinion, I do enjoy Black Tux White Collar.
I'm cool on it.
I
I'll
do
take
enjoy
Purity
that.
though.
Purity, nice. But it's got Frank Ocean, so of course it's gonna be nice. Of course it's gonna be nice.
And then Hunt It, and that's it. Like I don't like. Once you get,
143rd, that's it. Fire.
yeah, I like that one. After that, it's
Testing
Changes was cool.
testing can only last so long.
Yeah, like you know.
Testing
what I'm
and
saying?
plus, and this is the thing that gets it. Long Live, and this is why I think Long Live ASAP and At Long Last Live ASAP have the highest spots. Those two albums, they age so well compared to his other music.
Oh, definitely.
They aged because I recently listened to Long Live ASAP, bro.
It's fire.
Bro, I was sitting here like dang, this was on the album like this. Like come on now,
Yeah.
come on.
I actually missed that album. Like I would like for him to create something similar to that. But artists grow and do other stuff, so I can't be stuck in the past. But that album has a huge range of different genres. And
It
like,
does.
That one. And I really like Long Last ASAP because it just kept the same theme. Like all the songs, like the melodic tones and just like the whole druggy inspired, like him on the LSD.
Yeah.
Like you just feel the overall theme of that project. It was just like a super cool album. Like I really like that album. Like
It was
it's not
pretty
better
good.
than
And
the first
I'm not
one,
even an
but
A$AP
I
Rocky
really
fan.
like was bumping that album. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it was definitely getting played.
I would agree.
But
Have any of you listened to Babushka Boy?
yeah,
Oh,
I listened
yeah.
to it.
I like the
How
video.
y'all feel about it?
It's cool.
The video's nice.
The video
It's-
is very different. Yeah.
The video's different. The video is so different to a point that if I had listened to the song before I had watched the video, I'd probably like the song just a little bit more.
I feel like I would disagree. I feel like because the video is so abstract that I like the song a little more than what I would. if I
It's
listened.
it's funny.
It's abstract and it's funny, but it was too.
Cartoony or goofy
It wasn't
for
not
you.
even cartoony. I want to say
It's
it was
out there.
too convenient, and what I mean by that is because literally, like, okay, I get it. You want to have a story version of like what happened with you and your crew out in Sweeten and like y'all dodging the cops and all that. Like that's cool. That's cool. I don't know, something about it. I was just like, it felt like almost too. I don't know. There was just something about it that I just can't like get with just yet. Maybe it just has to grow on me a little bit more. But like I said, the song itself is fire. I would definitely like to like have a single of it, just like to listen to it, because like I said, listening to a song when there's a video and listening to a song when there's not a video, that's two different things.
can make a
That's two
difference.
different experiences.
I done had songs where I watched the video and it made me mess with the song even more.
I have
I've already
too.
liked the song. I,
I have
video
too.
live too.
I have too.
I appreciate the song
I have
even more.
yeah, like,
Sure.
and I think I just like plus I wasn't expecting it at all. That's what I think. That's
It did
also
come
what
out
threw
of
me
nowhere.
off. It just like I was like, because I was just on YouTube. I'm like, Rocky dropped a new video.
Yeah, I
So-
saw them promote.
I was like,
it,
oh, let me
like,
go
the day
see
before.
what it's on.
So I was like, oh, okay, Rocky dropping a new track. That's cool.
But it's a good little single. It's
yeah,
nice.
it was cool. It's funny if you watch the video on YouTube, you read the comments. It's like mass people like comment in Russian. Like it's actual people that live in Russia that's like commenting. Like half of the comments are people from Russia. So I had to like translate like some of the stuff, and they were even like, "Oh, this dope that Rocky's doing." And some people was like, "Yes, let's keep adding this on." So people have to use Google Translate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then some of them was talking about, dang, like if Rocky would have never got arrested in Sweden, this video would have never happened. And I was like,
He's right.
yeah,
He's right.
This is truly based off of his experience with
Yep.
Sweden and how he feels
And
about
it-
it. So this is the song of where he's feeling right
And
now.
babushka is a whole Russian word.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
That's yeah. So I don't know, but Rocky, I still mess with Rocky at the end of the day. He's dope. I like his music. Yes, it's still Rocky over Ferg at
Real,
the end of the
real
day.
question.
Ferg
Hold on,
over
right,
Rocky.
before we-
That's
Okay,
cap.
relax.
Do y'all know
Ferg
what
over
babushka means?
I actually
No.
don't. That's what I was gonna ask.
It's mother.
Mother boy.
Mama. So in a sense, because like because I didn't know what it meant at first, and I looked up like, oh, it means mother. So then I'm like, wait, how would that work with this?
Mama's
Babushka boy,
boy.
mama's boy,
Yeah,
Mama's boy. Yeah.
and that makes sense because remember it was that one scene where they got back to back to the house.
right to the crib. with
Yeah,
his
and then
moms.
he was sitting on her lap, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. It's definitely just
It's abstract.
it's one of the more unique videos of 2019. I'm hoping that maybe he drops another single or two
We'll see.
in the near future. But
I don't know.
here's the hope. Here's the hope.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna wrap up that conversation. That was a very long discussion of like artists and whatnot. But if y'all definitely enjoyed that, please let us know if y'all really mess with that or not, or want us to see do more of these. We'll pick out different artists and
Or
different
if y'all
other,
got
like,
y'all got
projects.
artists to suggest, let us know.
Yeah, I'll do like other R&B or something like that. We can switch it up.
If y'all got any ideas for us, we'll take them. You feel me?
Yep. So, any last words before we go ahead and wrap this up? I'm about to say something goofy. I feel it
nah.
coming.
Be on the lookout for some cross. God, I can't talk today. Cross promotion between us and Silver Rad's podcast coming to you in the near future. Dun-dun-dun. But other than that, stay healthy, stay safe. Definitely stay safe because people been clowning this. People still wilding in these streets, but
It's wild.
It's cool, y'all. It's about to start
Popeye's
getting
chicken
cold
sandwich good.
on God,
That-
Popeye's chicken
bro.
sandwich slap. I need to
I
get another
still
one.
haven't
I need
had
to
it
get
yet.
another one
It's
for
pretty
real.
good. I'm not
I'm
gonna hold you
honestly,
up.
I'm low key trying to wait for the hype to die down a bit for
Nah.
me to go get
You
one.
better hurry up because they already out like nationally. The stats they were supposed to have till October is
Man,
gone,
I'm-
and they shutting it down. They not making no more sandwiches.
Oh,
So
they
you
Ours
tripping,
just
'cause
got
they
ours
don't want
back
the
on
money.
Thursday.
I heard.
Well, today.
Yeah, check
Which
this out.
one?
though.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is what
go
you
when
gonna
it's
do.
not.
I'm gonna have to
you know
check-
what
This what
saying?
you
I'm
gotta
gonna check.
do.
I'm gonna have to
not
check the
try-
one in
it's-
Coleraine
I'm
soon.
not about to wait.
No, look.
no hour for no damn chicken sandwich.
Look, it's worth it, low key. But also, this is what
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you. 'Cause
not
this
an
girl in
hour.
my class told me the same thing. You gotta take a bite out of your first sandwich. You be like, all right, it's cool. Then throw the black and ranch on there to see how it elevated. It's a game changer.
I gotta
I'm
get
gonna
it
check.
first.
I'm gonna
That's
check
the
that.
first
I'm gonna
one.
check that out.
It's a
Okay,
game
you know,
changer.
Let
bro.
us know if you actually tried that too, y'all. Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Always
RIP.
remember, I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 shots, no 38.
And you're done.
I'm
We'll see y'all later.
And I'm out.
R.I.P. Betty White, even though she ain't dead yet.
He gun and weasel, three-headed snake. I bought me the beans, it came with a shake. I fuck on your friends, I fuck on your bae. Every time I pretend, it come with